Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to another story time. I hope everybody's doing well. Today I'm going to tell you a story time about this happened a long time ago. I was invited to you guys another poetry. This one was at somebody's house though. Another another poetry gathering for like new poets and things like that. So I went there just to support a friend. And there were a lot of people there. A lot of people. It was a huge house. There was a ton of people there. Um, and I met a lady there. I met quite a few people there, and a lot of people, even there were vendors on the side that was selling jewelry, and they just wanted to have exposure to their businesses and things like that. So that night I got a bunch of business cards and everything. It was really nice. At this party, at this poetry gathering, I don't even want to call it a party. It didn't feel like a party. We were like guests at a poetry place, and if you wanted to buy jewelry or um, some other things that people were selling, you could do that. So I don't know why I called it a party. It wasn't a party. So I met the lady there who she was selling. What was she selling? A book and a pen. It's like people journals, little small journals that could like literally fit in your pocketbook or your purse or whatever, and had like a cute little pen to match it. She was selling those, but she had a few left over that didn't sell, and she had crystals, a few crystals that she didn't sell. I think she was selling those, but they didn't sell. But anyways, she she had them in like these really pretty mesh bag. The crystals were like in these really pretty mesh bags, and she had the little the notebooks. What did I just call them? Journals with the pens that match with it. It's really nice. So she was giving those away like towards the end because I guess she just didn't want to take those back home with her. I don't know. So I was one of the people that she gave a journal and a pen and a little mesh baggie with rocks in it. It had the mesh baggie that she gave me with the crystals in it. They were really pretty. One was clear, one was pink, and the other crystal was blue. It had a bluish tint to it. She told me the names of them, but I don't remember. I really don't remember. In fact, I probably didn't even remember the next day. I thanked her for them. Went on my merry way. The very next day, the day was going fine. I meet up with another friend. My son was so much younger then. We had a play date. We get to the park. I didn't take the crystals in my house. I put them in my armrest. I did take the journal and the pen in my house, but the crystals that was in the little mesh baggie, I forgot about them because I put them in my armrest. They were beautiful. Like when you take them out, they were like shimmering, like little like they were like glamorous. They were really pretty. But I put them like in my armrest, in the middle of the car. I put them in there, so I never took them in the house. I get to the park because my son had a play date with another kid, and when I got to the park, I couldn't move. I couldn't get from behind the wheel. I couldn't get from behind the wheel of my car, and I don't know why. Like I was paralyzed. I was awake, but I was paralyzed. I was drained of all of my energy, and I was like, why can't I move? Like, why can't I get out the car? So my son, he got out, and he even opened the hatchback. He opened the back of the car. He got the soccer ball out, and he got his things out of there. Rubik's Cube. I remember seeing the Rubik's Cube in his hands and not being able to talk. And when I would try to talk, it was like really slow and really slurred, and it was literally like an elephant was sitting on me, and I'm like, what's wrong? Like I pulled up. It's not like I felt sluggish or tired as I pulled up. I pulled up normal. I turned the car off. I tried to get out, and I couldn't get out, and this heavy weight came over me, and I was like, what? Like, what is going on? So that happened. I sat in the car. The entire play date was probably an hour and a half. I couldn't move for about an hour and a half. Even the other mom came over to my car, and she was like, what's wrong? Like, 'cause she could see me where we were parked. We could see each other. She was like, what's going on? So the kids played and everything, and she would keep periodically coming back to the car within that hour and a half to come and check on me. And I was telling her, like, I don't know I told her like really slowly, like I was like sedated or something. I was like, I don't know, I'm just not feeling good. Let the kids play. And I felt like it took me like 10 minutes just to say that sentence. I was like, I don't know, just let the kids play. And she kept saying like, do you want me to call somebody? Like, what's happening? So I was like, I don't know. I said, I don't know, maybe like I didn't know what to tell her because I couldn't explain all of a sudden this how an elephant sat on me. Like I couldn't explain to her what was going on. So the next day, my stylist, remember you guys, I told you about this lady who used to be my hairstylist. It was her. She called me the next day, and she said, do you remember the poetry program that we went to, you know, a couple of nights, you know, prior? And she was like, yeah. And I told her, yeah. And she was like, well, the lady that was there, she said she gave you the wrong crystals. So I'm like, the wrong crystals? Like, what do you, like? And I was like, oh, the wrong crystals? She was like, yeah. She said she charged them under the moonlight and she prayed over them, but she really wanted to give those to somebody else, somebody who had caused her family harm, and she hopes that they don't have an effect on you. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I said, do you want to come get them so you can give them to her? Because I know I know what crystals that she's talking about now. And she was like, yeah, she did say that she wants them back, because she'll give you something else. And I was like, oh, I don't want anything else. Like, I don't know her. Like, I'm not looking to like get things from her. And I was like, well, at my next appointment, you know, I can meet up with you. I can give them to you, and then you can give them back to her. Like, somehow we'll give her these crystals back. So after that happens, I start thinking about it, charging crystals under the moonlight and praying over them. Oh, you know, because she made some kind of prayer over those crystals because she wanted to cause somebody else harm. She accidentally gives them to me. So another couple of days go by, maybe another week probably went by. And so when I did see my stylist, I gave her the crystals. I never took the crystals in the house. I left them in the armrest because I'm just like, why am I taking them in the house? I don't want to forget them in there. I gave them to her, and so as I'm there getting my hair done, the lady who gave me the crystals, she pulls up because she's also goes to my stylist. I didn't know her, but I met her at that party, at that gathering, that poetry gathering. And she was explaining, like, once she got into the salon, she was like, yeah, she was like, this lady caused my family a lot of harm. And she was like, and I prayed over them because this is what I do. I can't, you know, like, get somebody back. She was like, not even supposed to be here in this country. She was like, but I was gonna give those to her because we live in the same neighborhood as her. She explains, and she was like, this is her way of, hold on one sec. Anyways, this was her way of getting that lady back. She made a prayer to paralyze this lady. She ended up giving those crystals to me and paralyzed me. Scariest, that's not the scariest thing that's ever happened to me, actually. I have other stories that I could tell, but I always hold back on telling them on YouTube because I don't know how they'll be received. Like, sometimes if a person is having like spiritual warfare or whatever, people will think, oh, you're a bad person, so this is why God allowed bad things to happen to you. A lot of people think like that. I don't know how, but first of all, our stories from history lets you know you're gonna go through some things in life, and this is how God teaches us. It's kind of like taking a baby's bottle and transitioning them to the sippy cup, to transitioning them to as you know, this is how you learn to grow. It's an uncomfortable situation. So anyways, that is entirely another video. So yeah, that is what happened though. She made whatever she prayed over those crystals, and she said she put them under the moonlight to charge them, and whatever it was, paralyzed me. And yeah, I got those out of my possession as quickly as possible. Those crystals were pretty, but that was just wrong on every level. That was not cool. So that's what happened to me with a random lady who just gave me a gift. You guys, this is why I'm so I don't get really close to people now. I don't know, you take a long time to get to know me, because people do things in their personal life that's like, what? Why would you do that? Anyways, I hope you enjoyed these story times. As you guys can see, the sun is setting, and yeah, I was just enjoying the weather. It rained most of the day. It was beautiful. But um, comment down below, share some stories. If you don't share some stories, let me know if this was the wackiest thing you've ever heard. Until next time, take care and be well.